Welcome back to Ground Zero Salem. I'm Pat, and we're listening to Niflheim, Servants of Darkness. Came out in 2000. Some of the best quote-unquote black thrash there is. Yet another classic band that I've listened to a bit on Spotify and stuff like that, but I'm really starting to dig into owning some of their material. And I've been sleeping way too long, obviously, but yeah, this is a great fucking record. So that would be blasting in the background. Wanted to talk to you guys about Nintendo games for change it up a little bit for a little change. One of the things I'm mildly interested in, it's a small hobby of mine, playing Nintendo games while I spin tunes down here. Usually I'm not the type of guy to just listen to music and stare at the wall. I think I might be slightly ADHD in that regard. So, nice simple Nintendo game, kind of play it mindlessly while music's going in the background is always kind of fun. I want to talk about some of the games I have. I have some stone cold classics, as it were. I've got like Metroid and Kid Icarus and stuff like that, but I thought I'd talk about a few of the more obscure ones in some regards. I do really like a lot of the classic RPGs and kind of fantasy-oriented stuff. This is a stone cold classic, but kind of in a different regard. I have this Dragon Warrior here, Dragon Warrior 1, the first of 4 games, classic turn-based RPG. Overhead map, walk around, random monster encounters. You see the monsters, you select your little commands of casting spells or attacking them. Great game. I went through a period sometime in the mid-2000s where I was obsessed with this. Played it for 4 or 5 hour clips at a time. Awesome stuff. Got that save battery that somehow still works, even though this came out in like 1985, it looks like. Kind of blows my mind that those still work, but they usually do. Another one that has the battery save is Shadowgate. This is a first-person game, kind of a problem-solving, almost like a precursor to games like Myst on PC. This originally did come out on PC, I do believe. But again, kind of dark fantasy-oriented sort of stuff. It's got a D&D / choose-your-own-adventure kind of vibe to it, where you go from room to room, and you can open stuff and look through things, find keys, make decisions. I've reached an impasse currently. I feel like I beat this as a kid with no problems, but I might be imagining that, like maybe Nintendo Power Magazine helped me out or something, but I've gotten stuck, so I might have to cheat and look up the walkthrough online like it showed. But fucking great game, Shadowgate. Another awesome fantasy-oriented game is Wizards and Warriors. This is so fun. Got a very creepy kind of dark vibe. You start out in a forest, you're a little night guy, kind of a side view sort of deal, hopping from tree to tree, and then you go down into some caverns. There's an ice cavern and a fire cavern, and eventually you come out on the other side of the map. It's like this big U-shaped thing. You go into another forest and then a castle to defeat a wizard. This is one of my favorite games because it's relatively easy. You do get killed a lot, but there's infinite continues for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I'm glad there is, because I play through this regularly, at least like yearly, to beat it, and it's always a blast. You get great little power-ups, like the Boots of Force, which, intentionally or not, the hardcore band Rival Mob had a song called that, where you can jump on people's heads easier, a la Mario. A dagger that's like a boomerang that comes back to you. It's just fucking badass. Turn invisible. Great game. Lots of fun. To fight a bouncing skull, save princesses at every stage. You get the idea. Goonies 2. This is a game that's kind of like an example of a game that I loved when I was a kid, a wee bairn. And I don't know if it's really held up for me. Maybe it's just because these seem so much harder to me now that I've played like a handful of Xbox One games where you can just continue as much as you want. But another side-scroller, multi levels, like very labyrinthine. But I think you're supposed to be Mikey from the Goonies. You've got a yo-yo. You're taking out Fratellis left and right. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in these caverns underneath the Fratelli hideout there. What's weird is that there wasn't a Goonies 1, to my knowledge, for NES. I believe there was for computer, for PC, but fun enough. But I'm kind of knee-deep in Dragon Warrior 2 right now, which is in the Nintendo, and it's paused as I'm making this, so I'm not going to pull it out and show it. The cover's not too different than Dragon Warrior 1. The main difference with Dragon Warrior 2 is that you have 3 characters that you end up with that are kind of a little bit more multifaceted with casting spells and stuff like that. This is Tecmo's Rygar. Rygar is really fucking hard. It was a classic, like, swords and sorcery, side-scroller, barbarian, quarter-eating kind of game. Not too different from Rastan and games like that, where you're just, like, a barbarian guy. You've got, like, a sickle on a chain sort of deal, and you're killing weird mutants and monsters and everything like that. Rygar has kind of got more of a Castlevania 2 or Legend of Zelda 2 sort of thing, where it's more of an adventure sort of scenario. You have to kind of solve things. You go into different rooms where people tell you, you know, where to go next, and riddles to figure out. There's some overhead battle scenes too, which I don't think the arcade game had. This is a great game, but very hard. I've been kind of thinking about pulling the trigger on a Game Genie. I don't want to be a chode and cheat, but this game's so hard. Lots of fun. I just got Xerxes. This was another classic from when I was a kid. This is a Hudson Soft game. Hudson Soft had a lot of weird games. I think Adventure Island was one of them. They're kind of like an also-ran game company in the 80s, but Xerxes, fucking cool game. Sci-fi. You know, you're a little guy running around. Again, the same sort of deal with going into rooms in a side-scroller and trying to figure out, you know, where to go next kind of deal. Lots of, like, bosses in rooms that are really tough, but I played the crap out of this as a kid. I'm having trouble remembering if I beat it or not. It is certainly challenging. I want to dig into it a little bit more, get a little further, but right now I'm so tied up in Dragon Warrior 2. We'll get back to it. I just bought this, though. Came with the instruction booklet, which is nice. I think it's the only one that I have that has the instruction booklet. And love this one growing up. This is 3D World Runner. Acclaim put this out. Acclaim also put out the Wizards and Warriors. They were all another kind of weird game company. Awesome stuff. First person, but you can see the back of the little guy, your character that you control. Every single stage has this weird checkerboard pattern that you're running over, and the colors change, and there's all these weird columns that you have to jump over. I read somewhere that you get mushrooms in this that come out of the columns as power-ups, and if you grab them, you immediately die, and I read somewhere that was a dig at Super Mario Brothers. But anyway, I've gotten really far in this. I believe I beat it as a kid. All the bosses are these weird dragon things that kind of spiral at you, and they're really creepy. All in all, a cool game. Like, it's funny. When you pause the game, the guy, like, sits cross-legged and stares at you and looks at his watch and looks bored. It's fun. It's a fun game. Really cool. And then finally, just kind of a special mention. I never got too far in these, but, you know, there was a period when I was going and buying anything fantasy-related, anything that looked like a role-playing game that I could. This is going back, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years ago. But I got these Wizardry games. We got Wizardry Proving Ground of the Mad Overlord. Sounds good, right? And Wizardry Knight of Diamonds. These were originally PC games, too. And I like really, really basic-ass RPGs, but these are beyond hard to look at and hard to play because they're just 3D first-person perspective of a maze, and it's very basic, like, lines of the hallways, and you encounter enemies, and there's no, like, readily available map or anything like that, so you almost have to get anywhere, you almost have to draw out your own map on graph paper. And yeah, I did try that like a real fucking nerd, but I didn't get far enough. It was just too mind-numbing and eye-numbing to play. But these are kind of a cool little, I don't know, artifact, little, you know, conversation piece. I don't know. I'm sure there are people that are seriously into this sort of stuff and have beaten these and love these, but I don't have the type of brain to know where I'm going in these weird ass mazes. Well, hoping you enjoyed that. Just figured I'd talk about something else for once instead of music. Probably gonna do a CD update, CD listening pile kind of thing pretty soon. Got some stuff I want to talk about, some new recent jams and shit like that. So hit me up soon. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and commenting. Take care. Pat Wilding out.